Call the meeting to order. It's a regular session, September the 12th, 2022, and we're going to call for a moment of silent prayer. Amen. We're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, the first thing we need to do is approve the agenda. Got any additions? If not, we need a motion to approve it.
I make a motion to approve it.
I'll second.
Unless you think anything to
All right,
change.
I'm going to have to vote for it too, in favor of it also, so the motion's carried. The minutes, need to approve them. Did everything look like it was in order?
We did. I make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
And I'm going to vote in favor of it also. All right, next thing is the financials.
Make a motion to approve.
All right,
I'll second.
that's the accounts payable. All right, now I'll vote in favor of it also. The financial reports, any questions? Everything looked like it was in order?
It did.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
All right, I'll vote for it also. On the appearances, is Perry here?
He called me today and said he'd be here.
All right, we'll just skip over him to the,
I don't see Keith Bowen in here either. That's the only
there
one.
it is. You're right on time. You want to come on to the table or
Okay.
talk to us?
However we do it. Okay, let's see. I'm sorry I'm running late.
No, man, that's all right.
We're into a little bit of
I just called your
rain
name.
and had you. Okay. Who else?
All right, we're gonna turn it over to you, Perry.
Okay.
Go with
I'm gonna leave these.
It's the county audit.
Yeah. And it's a good report. It's, the numbers, some reports I give as far as the numbers are not as good as this one, to be honest. Here in, I'll just move this back. Is this all the members we got here?
Yeah, for now.
Okay, for now. It's a clean opinion on this report, which means that, when we come in and we review your financial statements, your general ledger, trace transactions, we, send out confirmations to other entities and verify, match up those numbers and everything. Once we've done all that stuff, what that means is that, we can express an opinion on your financial statements. We've given, a clean opinion on it that your statements are not materially misstated. That's what it amounts to. It's not a full-fledged guarantee, of course, because we don't track and look at every single invoice. We sample, it's a sampling technique that we use. But anyway, it was pretty clean this year. If you look at this page right here, that one right there, the one that says page 2, statement of net position. This is like the balance sheet, and if you run a business, the balance sheet of the county, all of your funds, every single one. You had a net increase of a little over $1 million in your assets this year. Now, and your cash increased by $964,000. Now, a big chunk of that, $555,000 of that, is ARPA funds that you just haven't spent. Now, on the ARPA funds, that has been almost like a moving, evolving grant since the day it happened. COVID grants were too. It's come down to if you receive under $10 million, you can use those funds for pretty much most types of expenses, technically, they're still restricted, but the areas that you can spend that money on is so broad that you can use it on just general operating salaries and things of that nature, sheriff's department salaries, county salaries in general, for that matter. They've made it so broad that nobody's going to have any trouble finding something to spend it on. Okay, your liabilities, they increased by $66,000 in 2021, so that's a little increase, but it isn't huge there. Now, see, and in 2021, your net position increased by a little over $1 million. And again, that's it's good, and as I'll mention later, a trend, y'all. The truth is, the county had for several years that y'all had been on a negative trend of going in the wrong direction, but for the last 2 years, going back really 3, things have kind of gone in a little bit better direction. But having said that, a good bit of what has happened here in this last year has to do with the COVID funding. Because the reality is they gave us all this huge amounts of federal funding, and if you really had to spend it on these specific expenditures the way it was initially come out, you'd have had trouble spending some of it. But then they modified it, like I say. Eventually they just made it so that there's a lot of things you could spend it on. On the next page, the statement of activities is like your profit and loss for the county as a whole. Every fund, everything. The governmental fund expenditures were down by $426,000. I mean, this is a decrease of approximately 6%. It's a big number, but really it's just 6%. But the key thing is it's down. Your revenues were up $22,000 to a little over $7 million, $7.6 million, and that's an increase of 0.3%. So your revenue's up just a little bit. Your expenses were decreased on that particular statement. On the next statement, which is basically what you normally look at, it's your main operating fund of the county, the general fund, and this is the one that you guys look at when you have these meetings. Okay. For the general fund revenues, they increased in 2021 by $299,000, up to $5.7 million. That's an increase of 5.47%. Again, it's not a huge percentage increase, and considering what inflation is, it's probably really wasn't an increase at all. And then your general fund expenditures for 2021, if you exclude your capital outlay expenditures for cars and vehicles and stuff like that, your expenditures were down $424,000, or for this particular fund, 8.25%. So that's a good thing. You cut back on some of your expenditures, and I've always said there's 2 ways to put your financial condition in a better spot. You can decrease expenditures, or you have to raise revenue. So in this case, it's a little bit of both. The fund balance in the general fund is now positive $345,000. It wasn't that long ago. It was a negative number. So it's been, and it didn't change overnight. It's been a little while getting back into the positive. And at any rate, your other funds that you have too, on the next statement that we have there, the SPLOST funds showed a combined deficit for this one particular year, is what that means by that, of $268,000. And that's kind of normal. You build up some SPLOST funds, and then you spend it on whatever project or whatever pieces of equipment. So there's big swings in this. You still had $68,000 in fund balance, okay? The T-SPLOST fund showed a surplus of $119,000 in 2021. You have a fund balance of $645,000. So see, you have some resources in that, and I'm sure there'll be paving projects, and it'll go down real quick. So there's big swings. Your LMIG Capital Projects Fund, again, that's road projects. In 2021, this fund showed a deficit of 333,000. That's because, did some projects, so it went back down. And again, on these statements, you're gonna have those wild swings up and down. On your budget statement, this is where y'all adopt a budget at the beginning of the year. That's kind of your plan, for how you're gonna fund the county. Your budgeted expenditures for their entire general fund were $338,000 more than actually over budget, okay? You had several departments that were over budget. You still come out to the good in the end. But there were several. The largest variance was the EMS. It had like a $92,000 overage on that, okay? Now, your report on internal controls on the next page. This is where this report is a little bit more meaningful than the other stuff. The other stuff is your financial statements. Where are you at financially? This is kind of how did everything go as far as how your internal controls of the county. The first one, the one on lack of segregation of duties, you'll never get rid of it because it's a county. Most cities have a lot of trouble with that too, but if you're gonna have one person doing overlapping items, it's a common finding you're gonna find in just about every report that you're gonna come to. The budget violations, you had some departments that were over, and quite a few that were under, as a matter of fact. So that's just, at the end of the year, you're supposed to amend the budget, so that cover these that are over, There was an issue where there was some grant activity and this happened with another government this exact year. They got the grant money in and they opened a bank account, stuck it in it, but didn't get it booked in the general ledger, okay? If you get in a grant for any money, it's not okay just to put it in a bank account. It was expended all properly. That's not the problem. But it's got to get in the general ledger. It's got to be recorded in your books. And it just didn't get in there in a timely manner. It should be done as the transactions are occurring. It should be going in there. And when you guys look at financial statements, y'all should be seeing that activity as it goes. The payroll accounts for the constitutional offices. Now, this is kind of over with, I think, because I think the county took over all of the payroll again. But there was a payroll account for each of the constitutional offices. Those accounts weren't being reconciled, again, in a timely manner. And what would I consider a timely manner? If you're looking at the end of July, by now I would think that account would be reconciled, or at least by the end of September. The following month, every bank account should be reconciled. Okay, and if it's not, then sometimes if that didn't happen, it wouldn't be the end of the world. But eventually, sometime in a reasonable period of time, they should be reconciled. And the last thing that I put in here in my conclusion is the trend seems to, last year I had this statement in there, the trend seems to have turned a little bit less of a negative direction for 2000 and 2021. So, and last year in this, I said, well, it's too early to say if that's a positive trend. Well, now I think it's a positive trend. I follow trends, and if something is going in the wrong direction and you don't stop it, you're going to find yourself in a lot of hurt. That's whether it's a business, a government, or whatever it is. It just keeps going. It snowballs. But in this case, at least for 2, really 3 years, it has been going in a little bit more positive direction. This 2021, don't read too much into it because you did have a big boost from the COVID money and the ARPA funds. But still, even if you back that out, you still would have had a little bit of a surplus, just not what you are showing. Okay, you'd probably come out to the good, say, $150,000 for the year, whereas with the ARPA funds included in there, I mean, you come out close, about 800,000 probably, somewhere in that neighborhood. So, but it's helped a lot. Okay, and you know, that T-Splost, you know, it's in there, that's helping your SPOS funds. Those are really important now to governments because they've come kind of a little bit dependent on them. And at this time of inflation, because what governments are going to be seeing in the next couple of years is inflation's going up 8,000, your digest is not keeping up with that. And that could, you just have to be careful with your expenditures as much as you can, because that's going to come back to bite governments, because property taxes is a great stable source of income, but it doesn't fluctuate up at 8%, not normally. So that could impact you over the next couple of years pretty significantly, I would think. So, but other than that, it's a good report, especially from the financial side. You're in better financial condition than you were the previous year. Okay, so that's the type of trend you want to keep going. For the compliance issues, one you can't do anything about. The others are very correctable, and quite frankly, I would expect them to be gone after this report. I expect all of them that can be corrected to be gone. Is what I expect. So, you guys have any questions or anything? I saw you making notes. If you have questions later, let me know, okay? All right. And y'all all have copies of your reports there. And I hope y'all feel comfortable. Y'all know you can call me anytime, right? Whatever issues.
Anybody else got any questions? All right. If there's nothing else that we need to go over with you, okay.
In that case, someone has to be excused.
All right. We appreciate
Thursday's
you coming.
corporate tax deadline. Thank y'all
All right,
so
sir.
much.
Thank you now. Keith Bowen, he here. Okay. All right. We got the sheriff, Jimmy Hope. He wanted to update us on some things. You want to?
Well, I'm Jimmy Hope. Nobody don't know who I am. I'm here as long as I need to be, and but I feel like we've got a lot of good things, already going. We had a Bulletproof Vest partnership today that we're gonna have all new vests for all the officers with no expense to the county, and we've out of the 14 days I've been here, been in court, 10 of them, I think, and so we've had both Superior Court judges down here week before last holding court, and then started state court last week, again today, and Superior Court again Wednesday. So I spent most of the time at the courthouse, but so I hadn't had too much time to look around and find out what's going on, but I'm working at it.
Okay. We appreciate you. Y'all got any questions about anything? All right. Was there anything other than you telling us you've been in court that we might need to know, or we might need to help you with?
The courts, both Superior and State Court hadn't had court much since, I think, before the hurricane. So they trying to clear out, so we got cases all the way back to 2016 to July, August of this year. So we did like 161 cases in state court today. That's not including the ones that started on Friday. So they trying to clean up the court calendars. It's been for several years, and I think that's moving very well.
Okay. All right. Anytime you need to go, we've been interacting with one another. You need to know anything, or we help you out or anything like that, just let us know. We appreciate you coming. All right. On the old business, we got Jerry Calhoun, the Board of Elections. Other than the names you got that we picked from last time, is there anything we just need to approve these?
Yes,
All right.
and approve me.
I thought we did that already.
Well, I think we all agreed right there that
I thought we'd done it.
formally make a motion that you be superintendent of elections. All right. We need a motion to do
You
it.
got the names.
We'll appoint you superintendent first, and then we'll approve the names. I'll call the names out and we'll approve them.
I make a motion to make Jerry Calhoun election superintendent.
I'll second.
I'll vote in favor of it also. So we got that taken care of. The, the names that we went over and we picked from, we got to approve these formally. Ricky Bradford, Joe Mock, Robert Lane, Miranda Perkins, and Dottie Varnado. We need a motion to appoint them to the Board of Elections.
So moved.
Second.
And I'll vote in favor of it also. So we got that taken care of. Is there anything else we need to do? With that right there, we can talk about, you made the comment, we want to talk about something else. If you'll stick around to after the meeting, we can talk about some more stuff with your office over there. Anything else with that we need to do? Okay. All right. There's nothing else with that right there. We got the next thing on the old business, the fueling station report. And y'all got it to go over and everything looked all right with that. And I think the fuel was coming down. It was, the revenue from that right there was showing positive. It had never been negative on it, so we're in good shape with all that. The tax assessor board appointment, that's Juwan Bowen. She went to, time ran out for her to get the class in that she had to take, and she went and took the class, so she's passed that. So we got to officially appoint her to the board of the Board of Assessors.
So you need a motion to.
Need a motion to appoint Juwan Bowen.
I make a motion to approve Juwan Bowen to the tax assessor.
I'll second.
And I'll vote in favor of it also. So the motion carried. Got on the next thing was the Christmas decorations. Faye, you want to refresh our memory on that?
Yeah, they have a lot of decorations they used to put down in the park, and they've gotten them all out, they've got them cleaned up. It's just gonna take a little bit to get new lights and all that to kind of put them out, in the trail people can drive through.
Right.
We just need permission to go ahead and get them set up.
All you got to do is just some maintenance on them, or you got to buy some new
Gotta
ones?
buy some new lights and stuff, cause they've been in storage for a while. All the frames and all are good, but we need new lights and everything to get them hooked up down there.
What would you gonna pay for them with? Out of general fund?
Yes.
You got a budget for that?
Or was it coming out of direct money, or what?
We could probably split it and do that. We haven't really gotten that far. We just wanted to make sure it was okay to do it. It's not gonna cost a whole lot. We just gotta get new lights and
Before we finalize it, I'll get, the total cost. And we can-
just looking at the lights for us.
I don't want you to come up and say it's $20,000 or something like that, and I have a heart attack.
It'll probably around 50, but we'll.
Yeah, that's what I want. Oh, yeah, see, I'm okay with that number.
It's not
Well,
gonna be.
Yeah, he said 1,000.
Oh,
I'm okay with
It's not
that.
gonna be
Yeah.
less than 1,000. It's not gonna be.
Well, we always know you on the high side anyways.
All right, we need a motion to approve them
The lights,
doing some maintenance on the Christmas lights, decorations.
so moved.
second.
And I'll vote in favor of it all. So just let us, before we actually spend the money, just let us know what the total is. And, we all right on that. The DOT has sent a message down here about redoing a bridge. That's page 15 and 18. I'm thinking it's on the Bellevue Road.
Is that the one right past Willis Cook Road or whatever it is?
Yeah. I didn't underline this thing, but me and Doug talked about it, and I'm thinking it was the Bellevue Road.
It said big
It says
one. It's
Bellevue.
Yeah, there's page, okay,
big
I
green.
got it. What, what do we, is this just, did he tell you what we needed to do with this?
I think there's just gonna be a meeting in November somewhere about redoing the bridge on Bellevue Road.
So they don't talk about closing it, I would assume, is what they
Well,
talk.
we got, that's what they, in
Uh,
the letter, it said
That's
something
pretty
back.
much all I know is that somewhere in November, they told me the date, but I don't remember the exact date, but said we were supposed to sit down and meet about, the state was actually gonna redo it, and my understanding, it was at no cost to the county.
You can't have it closed and 91 closed at the same time.
We was kinda thinking that those two projects might coincide together, but now I don't have, until we have the meeting, I don't know, that's pretty much all the information I have. Besides, the bridge is 59 years old, it was born a year before I was.
52,
Well, actually, it'll be 60 coming up.
it was
but
built in 52,
It's 62.
62.
It was built in 1962.
Been a good one.
Oh, and I think that was just for information for about the meeting date. I don't see anything. Did y'all see anything that we might overlook?
No, just said they want to come talk at a time, kinda like they did the last one.
I think the main thing was, I'm seeing about traffic, about that, but anyway. We got the date on all that, so we'll take care of it. The, park and the recreation equipment. Brad, you got the bathrooms and renovating them.
Yes, sir. I got two bids. I have one no right already that I bid on, and, I got the two other bids, and one's about, $150 cheaper than the other one. Now, I took that bid and added a sink to it, and it made it go over because one of them had 3 sinks, one of them had 4. The guy out of Dawsville, he was the lowest bidder on that. One of the guys that I got to bid on that, I kept trying to get him to add that sink, and he never would come back and add a sink. So I'm not sure if he wants to do the job. The lowest bid I got was a guy from Dawsville. That was $6,741. And that's replacing every toilet and every sink.
Just on the one at the top field,
All of them.
everywhere.
How much was that?
$6,741.
6,000.
You think the ones down here need it? It looks like it's in pretty good shape to me now.
What they've done is they put toilets in there, and it's not good commercial.
Like a household toilet.
Right, and they all mix match and stuff. I, as long as they've been down there, I do the same thing, and both of them said the same thing, which they wouldn't be saying that. Because
They're trying to
they
make money,
benefit
yeah.
off of it.
Yeah.
But that's what I do. I fix, that's my biggest number one complaint is bathroom.
And what all,
Can we look at it? Can we get it and look at it and you got it itemized kinda out or something like that? We look at it and,
the plumbing stuff, what, other than that, what,
There's one of the bids right there.
when you got like a timeline you got to have it done by?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, this is what project I wanted to do. I had to take that off the phone because he sent it to me on the phone. And that other guy brought it on to me. And that's fixing all the urinals, toilets, the sinks, and everything. That would probably cut down on 50% of your complaints.
got $184
That's what I added down there because one guy added,
For the sink?
yeah, for the sink, that's what I added down there. One had 4 sinks, one had 3 sinks.
Does anybody know the last time we did any work to any of these bathrooms? Long time?
It's been an ongoing thing of them
tinkering around with them, but there ain't been no major.
anything done.
Yeah, we can take that out of squash, could we?
Yeah.
And I hadn't spent any squash 2 years.
Other than what you gonna need to make, like, handicap stuff.
We're
Think it
gonna have
is.
to make some handicap stuff. Most of those, there's a couple of those stalls in there's got handicap
They are.
ramp, stuff like that, but most of those up top is just got the regular old general toilet that you use at your house. And that's where
Right.
I'm going with all handicap, the bigger, taller toilets.
Like the tall, high, whatever, they're not standard, but.
Is this gonna solve the plumbing problem?
I really feel like it will.
Y'all wanna do this now? When they gonna schedule this?
I honestly, I did not ask them that, but I'm sure that they'll probably start it pretty quick.
Let them look over that right there. While they're looking over that, tell us about the signature card and the recreation checking account.
Okay, the checking account was in the former board members.
Right.
I wasn't on the checking account, didn't want to be on the checking account, but, now the checking account's gonna be always by pay every month, and me and Doug's gonna be on the signature card. And we just need to change it over to that.
So you just need a motion for us to make the change.
Yeah,
Approve it.
I'm sorry, yeah. Another thing, if you go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Another
Yeah.
thing that, we were looking at is buying, say, a trailer, a utility trailer. The one we have, that the wheels are out like this, and I don't know how old that thing is. I would not drive it very far at all. I mean, we've used it. So we're looking for a trailer that we can haul our tractor on if we need to. A lot of times we'll go out and dump, cut grass, or if we need to haul it anywhere, we'll haul it to the repair shop or whatever, we have to either drive it. So that trailer will haul 2 lawnmowers in that front end loader. That's a really must I need there. That'd be big. And
You
also,
got a bid on it?
that should be in there.
You didn't hand that to us. You didn't hand that to us.
Sorry.
Is there any trailers at the sheriff's department that y'all have?
I ask, and a lot of times I don't get to get those.
Do y'all have any trailers?
We'll look and see.
No, I
No,
can.
no, okay. I've seen the sheriff's department hauling stuff around.
They got their lawnmowers on one. We got one that,
Those are
that
all
road
call
department,
quotes
if
I
they're
called.
tears
Got all
up, we
these quotes
swap.
on the phone.
While they're
Tried to
working
get
on
them to
one,
melt up
we
too.
got
Email them
two
to
we
me. That
swap
was,
around.
I got you.
Neither one of them's in real good shape. I mean, they real old.
I felt like that's what the case was.
and also the low board.
Did you know that these trailers, other than the size of the trailer, if you got the weight capacity to do what you wanna do?
I didn't ask. That's what I didn't ask.
Or you-
Yeah, I'll check it. I can help you with that.
Yeah.
So you just want a 7x16? What
Yes.
you want?
Yeah.
So that'll be big enough?
More than that'll haul that little small tractor we got. And also too, in the county, anybody would be welcome to use it.
Right.
You talking about sheriff department or road
Sheriff's
department?
Road department, anybody. Last time I had to use a trailer to take something, to be fixed, I had to use the cities.
So if you think if it was 7,000 pounds, that would be enough? 7,000 pounds?
Yeah.
What's the heaviest thing you
What
gonna?
size that tractor?
I don't know what weight be on that tractor.
What's the number of the tractor?
It's a 30, what is it doing? The tractor, what model number is that tractor?
38.
38?
Yeah, 35 loader on.
Alright, I'll check into that. I'm gonna keep that right here. 38 E. With a loader? What's a loader on it, you know?
35. That looks
Trailer
like
that I own.
Yeah. I'll make sure.
I don't think there's been a trailer down there probably 15, 20 years,
What-
maybe longer than
What equipment you got to go in the back of the tractor?
that. We've got,
Like a mower and a
a
drill.
drag, mower,
Blade,
a
block
blade.
blade, plow, aerator,
Yeah, aerator.
That mower's £1,000 too.
that's it.
Yeah, I'll call. See.
Well,
That's the one that packaged deals.
I ain't got no problem with getting you a trailer. You just need to let him, if he's gonna take on that task, let him check on that weight of the trailer.
It's a dual wheel trailer too.
Yeah.
Make
Dual
sure,
axle trailer, on each axle, we can hold 3,500 pounds, so it's about 7,000 is the weight on the quotes that I got. The
Okay.
trailers that I got, or that I came up with on the quotes.
on all this,
Every one of those.
I had quotes, where's my quotes?
Yeah.
Gives
All
us
right,
a
All of them are 7,000 pounds.
Trailer World has, it's a dual axle, it's got the electric brake, has a 7,000 pound, limit on it. Where's the other ones from?
Southern Harvest and Bainbridge.
Southern Harvest, they have, it's a 7,000 or 7,500, capacity on it. And then there should be one from Mariana, is there one from Mariana?
Yeah, Silver City.
Silver Line.
Silver Line trailers.
yeah.
I think it has a 6,000, weight limit on it.
No. I
Well,
got all I need.
another thing, you need to find out what ply tires it's got on it too.
I'll check into that. I know a guy.
All right, we've got three things here. The first one was
The last one would be the mower. We were looking to see if we could get another mower. One we have is fixing to be 6 years old, and this year we've had to put it in the repair shop about 5 times. So it's starting to wear, starting to get some.
Alright, so I'm gonna ask a question here. I see you got one that says Gravely on it, which is a great mower, but it ain't for copper.
Who sells them cars?
Nobody sells them copper, but they sell John Deere's and copper.
Yeah, now, I've got the John Deere one, but
Okay.
it's probably the highest price one that we found.
Right. Well, yeah, cause you ain't beat them up yet. You got beat them up a little bit.
Theirs was about $5,000 more than the gray one. And the one I like is, the Spartan is one I like.
You see the copper one got a number on it? You see a number anywhere on the copper bid?
Cockpit gave us, they wouldn't have one in October. And
They
then
was
they
having
came
one.
in today and they said they wouldn't have any till January.
So he ain't gonna have nothing to January.
So we attempted to reach out, we tried to get a quote from him, but he said he wouldn't have none until October. And then he changed it again today that he wouldn't have none until January and February, so we reached out to.
Which one would you rather have?
I'd rather have the Spartan.
The Spartan?
We actually looked at that one and it looks, we're looking more 61-inch cut.
Where's it from?
It's from Southern Harvest.
Why don't you see if you can we get the trailer from them and the mower at
Yeah,
the same time, won't you see if he'll knock some off of it?
I will, I think that the difference in that price was about $500, so I'm sure I'll probably not get it. And I tried to call him today, and I don't know if they were so busy, I didn't answer the phone.
All of them are pretty comparable, looks like, aren't they? 60-inch mowers and same motor.
That Exmark we got, it's still cut, but we starting to see a lot of wear, starting a lot of wear.
What you gonna do with it?
We use both mowers. Really, to be honest with you, all we got to cut, 2 mowers would be great.
Grass cut's gonna slow down too, ain't it?
Yeah, it is.
Hopefully.
All right.
And I think there's a good decent amount of money splosh we can use.
All right. First thing we need to do, if we're gonna do it, is approve him making the bathroom renovations. a motion to do that.
I'll second.
And I vote in favor of it also. The, signature card.
Him and Doug on the signature
Him
card.
and Doug on the signature card. We need a motion to approve that change.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
I'll vote in favor of it also. The, trailer and the mower.
Can you
Yeah.
hold off like a day and let me,
I mean, I have this one.
let me make, let me.
And I didn't even think about that, I didn't even know
It's
on my
fine,
mind.
it's
but I
fine.
Thought about that.
Do you want to approve it pending
Sure, we can
you
do
getting
that.
the right, make sure we got the right weight limit on the trailer?
And honestly, I'm going for the best price, really.
Right. Well, if I can get you a better price on the John Deere, would you be interested in it?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Alright,
The John Deere place in Bangors, they had one, I think it was a 54 inch. Theirs was
you
around-
want the 960 is what you want?
Yeah. It was about around 11,000, and then his was 15,000 for a 60 inch.
What time you got? Done.
What, other than it being the John Deere name, what's the difference in the mowers?
That's what I was trying to look at.
It ain't got no horsepower on the engine that I see.
Wasn't that the one that we liked, the Spartan had 31 horse?
It has a 31 horsepower Vanguard motor on it.
What about the John Deere? You know
John
what
Deere
it,
has a 28 horsepower motor on it.
And the Spartan's got a 24 horsepower. They all
One of
6
them
inches.
should have the specs, the specifications in there, in that package.
Fortunately, it's got a 37. The Spartan's got a 37. The one, you got a Spartan now?
No, we have a X-Model.
So say it, the same guy that sells the Spartan and the Gravely? No. The Gravely.
Don't he sell the
Where's the Gravely?
He sells Gravely also, but the Gravely is from a turf maintenance company in, Dothan, Alabama.
But you'd like to have the Spartan.
I like Spartan.
what was you seeing that about the horsepower on the motor? That-
On the Spartan, there's the Spartan. Which one you looking for? There's the one on the. I ain't seen it on the John Deere. He was telling us on the John Deere. Right there.
Okay.
I was just thinking the John Deere might be, if it tears up, it'd be easier for you to
Run it over there.
run it over there. Not that I care which one you want, but. They ain't got one, they ain't got one.
The folks in Bainbridge got the Gravely and the Spartan. So they got the trailer and both of them, either one of the mowers.
And I'll see if they knock this thing off and tell where they at with the.
I do have the specifications for the trailer here, if y'all wanna look at them.
Yeah, you can bring it over in. There's the description.
See, that's just a single axle there.
That's not.
Oh,
It's a
ain't
scroll
one-
up.
oh, okay, all right. That's the one you were showing me. Which one is it?
Let's go all the way to the top. Keep going. Keep going. That's it right there.
Oh, okay. me do some calling tomorrow, see what I can, yeah. I may can't do nothing,
You wanna wait,
I say, you wanna go ahead and approve it?
we can approve it pending getting the right
Right,
specs on the trailer and the, see if we can do the deal, knock some off.
Yeah. how you gonna word that? You word it, and I'll say so moved.
Do you know which mower you prefer?
Yeah, I'm smart. I like smart.
This part,
All right. Being the John Deere folks locally here can't get the mower till December, is that what he said?
January, February.
January,
And it was, $5,000 more than that one.
mhm.
we're gonna go with the Spartan mower, the right and a trailer. And Layton's gonna check on the,
You call him about
Trailer.
a deal on the trailer,
I'll do that.
and then I'll call my man about a trailer and just see. And if his deal's better than cheaper, my trailer, we'll put them back together.
if we can't get it in the package deal from the other folks, then we'll get it from the better
I'm sure
price.
it will, I'm sure it will.
I'll shop.
All right, the Southern Harvest Equipment Company gonna check on the price, see what we can do with that right there. And we're gonna approve it pending that everything works out. There ain't no snags in it nowhere. Need a motion on that, and that may be a bad way of wording
So
it, but
moved.
y'all know what
Second.
we're trying to do here. I'm gonna vote in favor of it also. Is there anything else we need to go over? Did we miss anything? All right. We got all that taken care of. We appreciate you coming.
Thank you.
We're gonna take it out of SPOS money?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, the next thing we got on the new business is the animal shelter, requesting the taxes waiver. We got Angela Hager,
Hagan, yes.
Hagen,
Mhm.
okay?
Well, I started building the animal shelter about a year ago, and it's right on Highway 91, I believe it is. I'm sorry, I don't live in Colquitt.
Yeah, it's Highway 91 over there close to Donaldsonville,
Exactly.
where the
Exactly.
old veterinary clinic was,
Yes,
Dr. Mitchell's.
exactly.
Okay.
And it's gonna serve this area and also the Seminole County area. And it's been very expensive, and it's all come out of pocket. And so I was hoping that maybe the taxes could be waived for maybe 3 years. There's a 3-year period that I'm gonna hopefully get everything off the ground with the shelter, so it's sustaining itself instead of all out of pocket.
Well, let me tell you what we come up with, not us, but the tax assessor's office saying it's not, your business is a 501c3. Is that true?
There's a 501c3 that's running the shelter,
Okay. But the property's
but I own
owned,
the property,
well,
and I built the building, and I'm funding the 501c3.
well, being the fact that the property isn't deeded to the 501c3, that poses a problem with the tax assessor's office approving it without coming through us. And what we gonna need is some kind of written statement that says that for us to approve it, they've kind of more or less may have already turned it down because it don't meet their guidelines. But for us to approve it, we got to have some kind of written statement from your accountant or you or something that 501c3 is not going to pay you rent.
Oh,
So
that's
you
no
can't-
problem.
You can't profit personally
That's no problem.
from
at
that.
all.
So we
I
got
don't
to,
think they'll be paying me rent.
well, okay. But anyway, we got to have some kind of documentation on that.
Okay.
And
that.
either from your accountant, also whoever's gonna do,
I'll
whoever.
get it from their accountant, they can
All
write
right.
it.
We're not
Or
gonna
my
approve it.
accountant, whichever you'd approve.
We're not gonna approve it tonight. You get us some paperwork
Okay,
and we'll revisit this thing. And pending that also, that everybody's agreeable with it, we have to vote on it.
okay.
But I mean, y'all got any questions you wanna ask her about this?
Kind of the
I'm
deal of the century for you guys.
Well, I'm all right with the animal shelter and all that. I mean, that's great. I mean, and I don't think nobody wants to not help you out. But we got to make sure we're doing it the right way.
Yeah, I understand that.
Is that agreeable with everybody?
Mhm.
Is there, y'all got anything y'all want to add to that, or any questions or anything I might have overlooked about that?
Okay. And you guys meet here once a month?
The second Monday of next month,
Okay.
unless it gets postponed, and we ain't been postponing any of them. But is there a contact number on this paper for you? Okay, I got you.
Is it 2100?
Yeah.
254.
Yes. Okay.
You get us some paperwork, and we'll contact you and make sure that, we're gonna either, if you wanna be here or whatever, that we'll get back in touch with you and let you know yes or no.
Okay. Okay.
Is there anything else you need to go over with us with this?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
All you need is just a letter that I'm not going to be receiving rent from the 501c3.
Well, that could raise some questions. There's been some stuff that the tax assessor's office has had to review in the past over there about different pieces of property that was tax exempt. And somebody, I mean, somehow or another that was questionable. So
Well, actually, they do pay rent if you count $1 a year or $1 a month.
I ain't mind about that.
We talking about big money.
Yeah. No. Okay.
So, I mean, if we'll start with that right there, and if anything else, we may need something else, I ain't sure.
It's no problem. I'm used to going through hoops.
Okay.
Okay.
But we'll try to help you if we can.
Okay.
We appreciate you coming.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Is it okay if I go?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
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 I'm very impressed with y'all's meeting, by the way, very.
Very good, very efficient.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
The next thing we got on the new business is a potential sale of the jointly owned property that was with the, industrial park down there. It's with Nutrien. They're gonna make some, improvements down there and add on some structures, some tanks, I think another fertilizer warehouse maybe, to the tune, if I'm understanding, is a couple of $1 million. I don't know the exact figure. But anyway, did you hear anything back from them on?
Corey said he's gonna present it to his board tomorrow. He wants y'all to go ahead and prove it on your side, and then he's gonna talk to the developmental, and they'll have to go through their board also. But he wanted to go ahead and get it approved here tonight.
Without doing some research, I don't know what the property sold for in the past. I'm gonna.
It's all this right here.
Is some of that. I can't.
I can't tell in the map. You know where it is? You know where it is?
It's behind the fertilizer plant.
Going back towards that dirt road back there?
It's swampland, so y'all.
Is it this right here? Is it this on Phillipsburg and the dirt road before you get that church?
Yeah, Rex said it was it's somewhere in here. I don't know exactly where the county, where the park. It may be go all the way up. It's about 4 or 5 acres. WC owns part of this right here. But they was talking about
he owns this side, I think, don't he?
Yeah.
Ain't that the concrete plant right there?
It may be some of this right here, and it's clearing part too.
Well, that's what I figured they might want some of that behind, on the railroad.
The railroad tracks comes right in through here, but they was gonna extend these tracks or add another spur over here to come all the way down.
I got you.
They meeting tomorrow, and Rex ain't gonna be there, but anyway, it's been sitting over there doing nothing.
I'm sorry.
And they interested in buying the thing. They made an offer of $4,000 an acre, which I think is maybe with time and inflation or whatever you wanna call it, property values going up, is more than what some of them have paid for some of that in the past. I don't know what WC paid. I'd have to,
I don't know that much.
but, anyway, is that agreeable?
It is with me.
I mean, they're gonna add on down there and potentially, if they add on down there, potential to create some jobs too. Not a whole lot of jobs, but probably 2 or 3 anyway. I need a motion for us to approve the sale of, this property in the industrial park to Nutrien. And of course, it's got to be agreeable by 2 other parties, the city and the development authority, but Nutrien made an offer of $4,000 an acre. Now, that ain't written down nowhere, but that's what the talk was. And that came from somebody that works with them that's in the know. So we need a motion to approve our part of it anyway.
I make a motion, we sell it to them if they want it.
I'll second.
I'll vote in favor of it also. Is there anything else we need to go over with the meeting before we adjourn? Anything with the department heads? Andy? All right. If nothing else, we need a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
I'm in favor of it also, so we adjourn.
Thank you.
All right.